The first 2 months of the final to bring us as we're off in Week 9.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson.
And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Well, this defense for the Titans, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
Off play action. Vernon taking a shot for Samuel. And this is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, his 6th touchdown of the season.
And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead.
Justin Tucker for the extra point.
It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game, it leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
Yeah, a little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off and not the ha-ha. That was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened? Let's go out and play now. Let's just start over.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Play action this time for Justin Herbert.
It's complete to Hopkins. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
Because I do know, as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Play action. It's Herbert. Over the middle, complete. It's Tucker. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll make it second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
To throw again on second down. Herbert got his man complete over the middle. That's Hopkins.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 24-yard line.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up second down. Herbert.
Quick slant to Brown.
And it's a Titans touchdown. A.J. Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point right down the middle.
And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Picked off by Caleb Farley.
And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
So, CD, you talk about this football team, some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely, but that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that, talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here, and then they realize, I'm not ready to retire yet. What am I going to do now? And they're really ready to come back and dive back in. In fact, we've got guys who are wearing gold jackets in the Hall of Fame that talked about retirement the last 6-7 years of their careers. So that's not always real. And sometimes you just have to go ahead and ride it out. And this is an opportunity now for everyone in this locker room to move forward.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt.
Second and 21, a lot of ground to cover.
Another try after the first down sack. Herbert, and a catch made by Hopkins. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. These two teams all tied after 1.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. And that
is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson.
And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Off the play fake, Vernon slings this deep from McLaurin, and that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise, as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
A carry for Gibson.
And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
On the counter, Gibson.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Quiddy Pay, able to record his 5th sack of the season.
But Brandon, sometimes I think when we watch games, we're actually watching a living museum, because we're seeing the evolution of positions almost with each passing game. How about defensive ends nowadays and the way that they can run almost all the way across the field?
It is unbelievable. I mean, they're so strong, but they're so lean. They can move so quick with those bodies.
It's almost unfair. You're supposed to be able to know where a defensive end is supposed to be on every play. These guys flash so quickly, you're not sure where they're going to end up.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And tackle. So a net negative there of 4 yards.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the #1 goal? Make the playoffs. #2, win your division. #3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the #1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. And that will be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And taken right at the 35. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they are winners of 2 straight games as they have climbed back to 500 now on the season. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Back to throw. Vernon. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
Oh, what a catch by Samuel. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
That is one heck of a catch right there. Got his eye on it the whole way. And able to make the grab one-handed. Very nicely done. And for a nice chunk of yardage, too.
It's a 1st down and more for Gibson. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. They'll run here with Gibson. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's a give to Gibson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now we've got whistles here before the snap, and I believe this is going to be on Washington. From the gun on 3rd down. Vernon flush to his right. He's got it to Gibson. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Ron Rivera, he's going to keep the offense on the field. They're going for it. Looking to throw. Vernon. That's to his running back. Complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Now the question, what do you do here? Time, not really an issue. You got over a minute, but you figure from this spot you'd need a good 50, 60 yards to even consider a field goal try.
Yeah, so there's optimism there, but there's also a little bit of restraint, right? You got to make sure you don't take a sack here. You could give up 2 points in that occasion, or maybe even 6 if you can't get on it and recover it yourself. So make sure you protect the guy throwing the football if indeed that's the plan of attack.
And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. Back to throw here, Herbert. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Try to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Finding room to the 20. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good, and that will do it for this first half.
So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Washington football team on top.
As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Second and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. They'll go again with Gibson.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
49 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
2nd and 16.
Operating from the gun. Vernon. And he's going to go down again. Quiddy Pay in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And that's his second sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the third quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
Slings this deep from McLaurin.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
We constantly talk about defenders having great vision and being able to see plays unfold and make their own plays. But you also have to have good feel as well, because you can't see everything out there. See the play unfold, feel what's going on, and then get to the right spot and make your own play. And in this case, it turned out to be a highlight one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Throwing after the interception. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The sack by Jordan Willis.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
To throw on second down. Vernon slings this deep from McLaurin.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Caleb Farley.
And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air is going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach, because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run.
Herbert takes it and just pops it forward.
And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Titans capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 8. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he will find his man, Samuel. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's his fullback. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
So that'll back him up 5. So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10. Off play action. Vernon. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brendan, but 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Here's Herbert. That's complete once again to Hopkins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Titans. They've got the football. They'll be looking to extend their lead here as we begin the 4th quarter. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now it's Herbert. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Herbert now. Escaping the pressure right.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
From the gun, Herbert on third down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
2nd and 7.
Now a handoff here to his running back.
And he's going to be stopped close to the first down marker at Washington's 12-yard line.
It's 27.
44 yards rushing for him now to this point.
The Titans on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Herbert off of play action. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. He lost 6 there on the first down play. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. The toss right to Henry. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Titans add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. They go play action here on first down. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Vernon finding some room at midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, Vernon. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 30. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Well, we knew this was going to be a tall order anyway, down 2 scores with this little time remaining, but that interception puts an end to any hopes that they had.
All right, partner, work with me here because obviously scoring a touchdown, getting the onside kick, then going down, scoring again. Well, that's asking a lot, isn't it? And that's really not a great expectation to begin with. I think they'll look back on this game and see what got them in this spot in the first place and say to themselves, we really gave this game away.
Herbert's throw pulled in by Hopkins.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They're going to pass here with Herbert.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Herbert back to the air. Space to run past the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They'll run on 1st down. Tucker. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there.
And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. A great play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game.
And the Titans are closing in on a 6-2 start as they extend this 4th quarter advantage.
Extra point up and through. And that will make this a 19-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Back to throw. Vernon eluding the pressure right. Yeah, he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that. Sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. From the gun on 3rd down. Vernon, now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Titans are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. And they will take a knee here. So this one, a Tennessee Titans.